It's all coming together for Clearlake and the billions that have been spent on Chelsea. I am very excited about this team. I think that we're playing really well. And Enzo Maresca is Mr. Midas. He has the Midas touch. Everything that he has done since he arrived at the club has been perfect. I cannot believe it. I didn't expect it. I most certainly didn't see this coming. I'm as shocked as anyone, and I hold my hands up with joy to say that I got this one wrong. Enzo Maresca is continuing the fine tradition of Italians shining at Stamford Bridge, and he is doing so well. And I think that it's fair to say now, off the back of some of the results that we saw today, that Chelsea Football Club are in the title race. It's official that Chelsea are now 100% capable of winning the league. Every single game is a must-win. I saw the results coming in today. The second that Liverpool dropped points, I suddenly thought, and now you're going to believe us. My Chelsea WhatsApp group was popping off, and there is a genuine chance that Chelsea, from this point, could launch a serious and sustained bid to win the Premier League because the fixtures are so kind. By the time we play Manchester City in February, we will know exactly who we are, but we have so many winnable fixtures between now and then. Let's now talk to a Tottenham fan about Chelsea. I'm not convinced this is a good idea, but we're going to go for it anyway. GJ, how are you?
How you doing, Rory? You right? Nice.
I'm nervous, to be honest. I've seen that you're a Tottenham fan who wants to talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, I want to talk about Chelsea, and then if I'll quickly touch on Spurs tomorrow. But I just want to say, isn't a year a long time in football? Because 12 months ago to now, and Ange could get sacked next week, and maybe, just maybe, Todd Bowley was right all along with his strategy.
I mean, it's very difficult to argue with it where he is now. Don't get me wrong. There are some things that has happened under Clearlake that I'm not supportive of, regardless of where Chelsea sit in the league. The treatment of Trevor Chalobah, the treatment of Conor Gallagher, they don't sit comfortably with me, and I will never be able to rationalise that. But yes, I think you are onto something. Buying these young, exciting, progressive footballers really does seem to be working. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The way that Chelsea are playing, particularly when you look at the way that we move forward up the pitch, if you analyse our attack, I think it's fair to say that Chelsea have. Is this fair? In fact, Chelsea have the most strength in depth of any team in the Premier League with regard to attacking players.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I was at the game last weekend, and I was very impressed with you lot. I'm saying that through clenched teeth, but you guys are young, vibrant, hungry Lions, and crucially, you've only got one game a week because you're putting out reserves in the Conference Cup. I mean, rightly so, it's a meaningless cup. That's coming from a Spurs fan, by the way.
Mate, if you're a Tottenham fan and you're being sneery about silverware, you really do have some front.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, that Conference Cup, when we were in it, we binned it off. But, you talk about the title race. In my opinion, the title race don't start till March. But I reckon that the way you guys are going, I think you're going to be there. I just want to quickly say on Spurs, the first time now, and I'm calling it, I think Ange needs to go because the way he called out Timo Werner, a player that he signed and a player that you and I, Rory, both know isn't good enough, is just shameful.
I know he signed him twice as well, GJ. That's the thing that I think was ridiculous. When you talk about Ange Postecoglou and what he's like and what he's got going for him and whatever else, the talent recruitment has been so bad. Like Timo Werner was a distinctly woeful footballer. I said this yesterday. If I were to put together the worst Chelsea 11 that I have ever seen with my own eyes, the front two would be Chris Sutton and Timo Werner. Timo Werner and Chris Sutton would lead the line of the worst Chelsea 11 that I have ever seen with my own eyes. And somehow Ange Postecoglou has signed him twice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I used to call him Ange Postecoglou because of his tactics, but I now think Postecoglou's is, we don't air our dirty linen in public, and then he does that. He's a coward. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't call out Son. He wouldn't call out Johnson. They were just as bad. And I'll tell you this, mate.
I don't disagree with you, GJ.
He's lost the dressing room. He's lost that dressing room, and if we don't, I reckon he's gone next week, mate.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. GJ, that was an impassioned call that I thoroughly enjoyed. I really do appreciate the insight that you provided to this show.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.